Yo mama jokes. Yo mama's so poor. When I rang her doorbell, she said ding dong. Alcohol jokes. An Irishman, an Italian, and a Pollock were having a drink together at the local tavern. The Irishman says, "You know, where I'm from, there's a bar called O'Malley's, where you buy a drink, then you buy another drink, and then O'Malley himself buys you a drink." The Italian then says, "Well, where I'm from, there's a place called Vinny's, where you buy a drink, then Vinny buy you a drink, then you buy another drink, and then Vinny buys you another drink." They Pollock then says, "Well, where I come from, there's a bar where they buy you a drink, then they buy you another drink, and then they buy you another drink, and then they take you in back, and then you get laid." The Irishman and the Italian both respond with, "Gee, that sounds like a great place. Have you ever been there?" "No," said the Pollock, "but my sister has." Kids jokes. A little kid gets on a city bus, sits right behind the driver, and starts talking loudly, "If my dad was a bull and my mom a cow, I'd be a little bull." The driver gets annoyed as the kids continues to yammer on. "If my dad was an rooster and my mom a hen, I would be a little chick." The kid goes on and on with all the animals he knows, when finally, the bus driver yells, "What if your dad was a bum and your mom was a drunk?" The kid smiles and says, "I'd be a bus driver." Dirty jokes. A guy walks into an elevator and stands next to a beautiful woman. After a few minutes he turns to her and says, "Euro, can I smell your pussy?" Euro, the woman looks at him in disgust and says, "Euro, certainly not." Euro HMMM, Euro, he replies. Euro, it must be your feet, then Euro. Jokes about men. 3 men are sitting naked in the sauna. Suddenly there is a beeping sound. The first man presses his forearm and the beeping stops. The others look at him questioningly. "That's my pager," he says. "I have a microchip under the skin of my arm." A few minutes later a phone rings. The second man lifts his palm to his ear. When he finishes he explains, "That's my mobile phone. I have a microchip in my hand." The third man, feeling decidedly low-tech, steps out of the sauna. In a few minutes he returns with a piece of toilet paper extending from his rear. The others raise their eyebrows. "I'm getting a fax," he explains. Retirement jokes. An elderly man remembers the good old days. Euro, when I was young, my mom could send me to a shop with a single $1, and I would bring back 5 pounds of potatoes, 2 breads, a bottle of milk, a piece of cheese and 10 eggs. Nowadays that Euro trademark s. Impossible. Euro, there are simply too many security cameras. Animal jokes. Lion wakes up in the jungle and finds that a tool is missing. He goes to Elephant and asks, "Have you seen my tool?" Elephant replies, "What does it look like?" Lion, "Well, it's got 4 points on it." Elephant, "Sorry, I haven't seen it, try mouse." So the lion goes to the mouse and asks, "Have you seen my tool?" Mouse, "What does it look like?" Lion, "Well, it's got 4 points on it." Mouse, "Sorry mate, I've not seen it, try croc." So the lion proceeds to the crocodile and asks, "Have you seen my tool?" Croc, "What does it look like?" Lion, "Well, it's got 4 points on it." Croc, "Sorry, I've not seen it, try jaguar." So the lion goes to jaguar and asks, "Have you seen my tool?" Jaguar, "Of course, I ate it." Lion, "Why did you do that?" Jaguar, "Well, I'm a 4-point tool eater." Jaguar. Yo mama jokes. Yo mama's so fat, when she plays hopscotch, she plays like this: New York, Chicago, New Orleans, LA. Dirty jokes. A young man asks his father, "Dad, how many kinds of breasts are there?" They. Father, surprised, answers, "Well, son, there are 3 kinds of breasts. In her 20s, a woman's breasts are like melons, round and firm. In her 30s to 40s, they are like pears, still nice but hanging a bit. After 50, they are like onions. Onions. Yes, see them and they make you cry." Kids' jokes. A salesman rang a house doorbell and it was answered by a kid wearing a top hat, a purple cape, smoking a cigar and drinking a glass of white wine. The salesman asked, "Are your parents home?" The kid replied, "What does it look like?"